Hello, lovely friends. Hello, lovely friends. I'm indoors today. I'm in the sauna today. I'm taking some solar. I'm taking some energy from light. Infrared energy. Infrared energy and infrared treatment. Right? It's a light treatment. It's a warmth, soothing light. A warm, soothing light. Just powering myself up for the day, just some of the things that I do, physical things that I do, practices that I do to change my energy, to change my vibration. I'm looking to jump on a call today. I'm just getting ready, hopefully, to have a chat with Vibrant Spirit. Hopefully doing our weekly natural healing chat, our weekly breatharian discussion. Hello, brother.
Hello, brother. Hello.
Hello, brother. It's great to see
Hello,
you
brother.
again. It's great to connect with you.
Yes,
Uh,
yes, yes, yes. Lots of love, brother.
Truly Vibrant is becoming a very close brother of mine. He's involved very much with me in my love community and becoming a bigger part of that. And I love it, and I so appreciate it. And I love to have. To see my brothers in the family that are coming into my love community, coming into my family, and then the relationships growing from there, and seeing that those loving relationships are making positive changes. And when I see and hear positive changes from other people, like this is the knowing that you're doing the right thing. This is, believing in yourself, right? This is how it comes. It's through relationship, brother. It's through loving relationship. And by
Thank
building loving relationship, we all are learning. We all are growing. That's how we learn. That's how we grow, through our loving relationships. The most important relationships in our life are family relationships. They grew over time. They became
yes,
more
yes, brother.
valuable and important in our lives over time, right? That's how
Yes, brother.
relationships grow. When you see relationships growing around you, when you see
Yes,
relationships
brother.
growing around
Yes,
you,
yes, I do
yes.
feel that. Yes, and I feel that as we are evolving further in our life spiritually,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
as soon as we see more harmony within the self, and
Mm-hmm.
as soon as we feel more bliss flowing into the system, and we do encounter more and more relationships which take you to the new level. And with you, I feel the same, and I really feel that we both are on the same boat, crossing our paths is destiny, and I'm thankful to God, thankful to the destiny for that.
Isn't this how it goes, right? It's not like you really need to like worry about it. It's like it just kind of unfolds around you. Like you just kind of
Yes,
get
yeah,
into that sort of habit and practice. You start behaving in a way that you're taking responsibility for your energy. You're taking
yes,
a
brother.
little bit more energy body approach to your life, a little more energetic approach to your life. When you start getting more conscious of this,
Hmm.
then your energy expands, and then you bump into others that are doing the
Yes,
same thing, and you kind of resonate together and you support
resonate
each
together.
other. Yes, it's
Absolutely,
you.
absolutely. And I do really get a feeling that the evolved people have more responsibility to the world as a whole, because the impact of their emotions directly affect the mankind. Because as soon as you become more evolved, the energies are really evolved. The energies take high. You vibrate at a higher level. So you need to be more conscious, and that is what I am doing these days, becoming more conscious with respect to my thoughts, emotions, and also each and every breath, which is conscious breathing, and to have good feelings and pure feelings, good attitude towards the world, just feeling more love for the world like an angel.
This is a practice. This is a
It is a practice.
devotion. It's a
Yep.
devotion.
Yeah. Yes, brother, it's true. It is a devotion. It is our
Yes.
devotion to
Right.
the self, to the world. And yesterday, as our
Yes.
mutual friend Jesse Tree was talking, the one, the it is to be you who have, you have to practice to make yourself happy, and you're making the world happy.
But
uh,
by working within yourself, you're
with
making the world
yourself.
happy. This is an internal approach to
Yes.
government. This is governing ourselves from within
Yes.
ourselves, where we're all
Yes.
kind of learning how to love ourselves rather than
True.
trying to tell other people what they should and shouldn't do.
Yes.
This is an alternative approach to
Yeah.
government.
Yes. Yeah. So many policies these days, rubbing the policies onto the people. So we have got some spicy interaction to have today with respect to these jabs or whatsoever, with all our
The
information.
jabs, the jabs.
Yep, yep, yep. Oh no, immunity
Okay.
boosters, coming on.
Let's break this down. I mean, this is coming down over the last 2 years. The
Yes.
government,
Yeah.
the governing bodies have imposed the lockdown procedures, and we've all been restricted. I mean, I don't know who could have something nice to say about the governments. This
Yes.
is this is just my perspective. Sorry for it. Everyone has to have a perspective.
Everyone can. Yes.
Everyone must have a position that they must be
Yes.
able to share.
True.
I think we all have to be free to be able to share freely what we think and what we believe, and you have, and everyone has the right to not like what I have to say as well too. This is everybody's free will is very important right now, especially with the imposition and the pressuring for the vaccination, because the education that's been given to the population is that health is something that we receive from the outside, and that we become healthy by getting certain calories or getting certain proteins or getting certain foods that make us healthy. And those foods have been taught to us through the educational system, through the media, through the magazines, through the television shows, through our friends, through our family. It's been passed down. I mean, this is not the natural eating of the human. This
Yes,
is
that's
not,
true.
and I want to talk a little bit about what would be more natural eating for the human. And truly, like, if we look at it, the human before did not have a grocery cart pushing through a big supermarket filled and pulling things into his shopping cart. This is not how the human naturally was. And because the human has gotten into this unnatural lifestyle,
True. True,
that
brother.
now the human needs to go completely the other way to find health and wellness.
Yeah.
And I certainly think that this multiplies with age. So when we hit 40, when we hit 50, it just gets magnified even more. But these symptoms can be seen in people below 40, 35, below
Even below
30.
30.
They're
Even below
coming,
30
they're
sometimes. Yes.
happening, it's happening. People are demonstrating signs of sickness, illness, disease, physical pain, emotional pain, problems in the life, strife in the life, troubles in the life. This is
And
happening.
that is down to the toxic food and the chemicals, and also the dairy, which is dehydrating, which is just poisoning our blood, which is dehydrating. And there is no such thing as aging. That's the reason. It's only because of the dehydration. We are aging, and we are also battling these dark energies within the self, the shadow energies, which are impacting the energy body.
I think this is a big one you've brought up, like to come out of thinking mind and physical mind. Human is thinking, human is physical. Yes, we have bodies,
Yes.
and yes, we have mind, but we are not body and mind, and we can see, because after death the body still is here and you are not. So we are not body. We have body, but we are not body. Human is not mind. Human is
Yes.
thinking, But human can change thinking, so human is not mind either.
Human is not mind. We are the energies. Mind is our faculty, one of our organs, one of the key organs is mind. So we need to use it effectively to plant pure thoughts, good feelings, so that it affects the energy body as a whole. And that's the thing. Now we are only gripped with fear and emotion because of the government rules, unfortunately. So we need to overcome these dark emotions with more love, more positivity into our life. That's the thing with me. I battled severe depression. I battled suicidal tendencies as well in my life. I was, too much addicted to fagging, too much addicted to boozing, these drugs in particular are
Yes.
taking a huge toll. They are letting people into depression, some
Yes.
compulsive, obsessive behavior, and the only thing is holistic lifestyle, detoxing yourself and practicing holistic lifestyle so that you can imbibe more prana into the body, and that's the only way to come back in your life. And that's the same thing which made me come back into my life. It's like, I must say, bouncing back into the life. I battled suicidal tendencies as well in my life. At the age of 19 to 22, I was like hell. It was hell for me. I was just barking myself. I was just yelling loudly at the sea, beach, because of the depression, because of the pain, mental pain. And I thought thing should end. This thing should end. And I started, coming into the spiritual life, started meditation to heal myself. And now I do feel that you need to get the shitty emotions out of the body, and it happens through detoxification because
Mm-hmm.
there's
Mm-hmm.
radiation everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
there's poisonous eating everywhere, there's
Mm-hmm.
binge eating,
Mm-hmm.
there are toxic relationships,
Yes.
there are people who drag you down,
Yes.
dark people, dark emotions, and the more you have those dark the toxins inside the body, you will be surrounded by toxic people with you. So you need to get out of that. You need to take those bad energies out of your body. So we will discuss a lot about these beautiful
The,
things today in our talk.
the,
Yeah.
this is a physical and mental ordeal, right? You
Yes,
you you
yes,
get you
yes.
get into the physical foods. They're
Hmm.
they're connected with the emotions. You get into a habit. It starts a cycle. You start attracting negative circumstances around you because you've got negative circumstances within you, right? I mean,
Yes,
we're creating our circumstances around us. What is happening around us is really just a trigger. It's just a mirror of what's happening within us, and
inside.
we need to start to address and change our health within ourselves. It's really taking self-management
Yes,
of our power, and
self-management.
this is our power is our energetic power, and we manipulate it through mental and physical practice. We do some things mentally and physically to change our emotional body. And then by rising up our emotional body, things heal. Physical things heal and bad habits get left behind. Not
Yes,
overnight. It's not like you mentioned cravings. You mentioned
yes,
addictions. It's not even to be like addiction is gone overnight like that either. Sometimes we are back and forth with something for a very long time before it goes away. And it's not that it necessarily has to go away. And I want to even stress that we have to get out of this black or white thought.
yes. True.
To think that it even needs to go away, right? So this is even a black or white thought. Like, I have to live with food, I have to live without food. Like, it doesn't have to be one or the other. I would describe the breatharian lifestyle as more something that the breatharian is called to do. So they move into this state of living on the prana for periods of time. and then they come back out and they eat and it reintegrate that information and then move back into it and then come out. And it's not something that they're forcing. It has to go beyond force. It may begin with force. This is how we create discipline, is through forcing a discipline into the body and life. So yes, force is a part of it, but ultimately it's not about forcing to be, you know, without food. And once we're fighting against the craving, we're forcing it. We're trying to force it away.
Yes.
Once we begin to fight against something, we are battling ourselves. We cannot fight with the food. Truly, it has to go beyond forcing yourself to not eat. It's like choosing to not eat.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to eat right now. Right? And it's like, oh my gosh, but I want to eat right now. I'm in my craving. So it's okay. It's time to eat. Like, okay. We need to, it's okay. Like, just be more gentle with yourself. Okay. Like, I have to eat today. Yes. Okay. So you have to eat today. It's okay. It's to become gentle and comfortable with yourself eating and not eating. This is the practice. It's like, I ate. It's okay. I do my best. I didn't eat. It's okay. I do my best. You get up and you receive the day with your best. It's not to be down on yourself and say, oh no, I ate. We don't want to go the other way either. Like, you can go crazy about, you know, doing the right thing just as much as you can go crazy about doing the wrong one.
Yes.
Truly balance is the key. Harmony is the key. Loving yourself is the key. So even when I eat, it's like, oh, wow, this is wonderful. I'm eating today. This is a wonderful gift that I'm eating, this lovely, nourishing food that I really feel I need today. My body needs it. And I allow myself to have it. And now if you're, you know, sometimes the breatharians reach out to me about the muscle mass.
Yes.
Is this?
That's a common question, because people have been seeing many breatharians, you know, in the Himalayas, and there are even many breatharians who are very skinny, but there are many breatharians, of course, who maintain their muscular posture. So there will be obviously questions on how they are putting, you know, how are they managing their weight? How are they managing to build their muscle despite being breatharians, despite having no protein, no food at all sometimes?
Now this is the thing, and this is the thing is where you know, you have to really bear in mind that this very loose definition of the breatharian, and many breatharians, not many breatharians are living without food indefinitely.
Yes.
I mean, how many people on the planet are living without food indefinitely do you know of?
Well, I only know about Victor and Ellie Tom, who are just total breatharians.
You know, like, yeah, there's very, very few that are really non-eaters that have really progressed themselves to that
Yes.
point. There's very few people that I have knowledge of, that I have met, that are actually at that point. So really, it's to get into the lifestyle, to learn the lifestyle, which is what?
Yes.
Which is a fasting lifestyle.
Fasting lifestyle.
Take away from it. Don't worry about the person that is at the nth degree that lives without food and start to compare yourself to them.
Yes.
Even the people, you know, the blessed is it Johnny that was from India who lived some
Just
75.
Prahlad Jani.
Johnny, there we go. He lived some 75 years, I think, without
any food,
without any food or nourishment. But he was called to that from 13. Like, understand, breatharian is more of an internal calling.
Yeah.
Okay, so the breatharian learns this skill, and you know, and then when the breatharian is called to the fast, he's fasting for a few days or even weeks sometimes or whatever. He's fasting because he's feeling a calling within himself that he needs to rectify, fix, heal, come to some sort of download of information.
Mm.
It's an information gathering system. That's what fasting is.
Yes, yes, true.
It's a
And I
moment to
do,
open the self, right? Yes.
yes, yes, true. And yeah, there are some practices like sun, exposing yourself to sun, sometimes like sun gazing, you know, uh, so it activates the pineal gland, and there will be the compulsion for this obsessive eating then decreases with that is what I've experienced. The thing is, there are certain hormones which need to be produced in the body, sometimes like serotonin, the oxytocin, dopamine hormones. So these hormones will be produced by the pineal gland. And the more the gaze at the sun, you can get into direct contact with the cosmic energies. And when you feel the cosmic energies within yourself, see, the simple thing, the common phenomenon is people are getting bored, they do eat, you know, people are not getting any energy from the relationships. They tend to eat. So there are many things which contribute to compulsive eating, which is what I've
Eating,
experienced.
yes, emotional eating, right? It's really,
Yeah.
we could change the emotional body or the energy body with movement, with positive word and positive habits like that, gazing into the sun, putting our feet on the earth, starting an affirmations dialogue, starting a gratitudes dialogue, starting a journal, starting a daily meditations morning and evening. These are habits,
Yes.
these are behaviors, these are practices that we start to put into our lifestyle, and through
Yes.
the engagement with them, through the practice of them, the energy body is expanded, and the body begins to heal, and the healing is an emotional release. This is the shadow being exposed. So when we take away the food, we find the shadow energy that was behind, the emotional energy, the darkness that was hiding behind the habit of eating, right?
Yes.
We've all
True.
taken this habit of 3 times a day eating and 2 snacks, and thinking and working to get the money to eat. Like, we've just been forced into taking on this process of eating morning, noon, and night, and we need to get nourishment to be healthy and well. And we think and believe this because the doctors tell us this. It's on the
Yes.
news, it's on the television, it's on our
Yeah.
favorite YouTube channel. Anyone that's got any subscriptions or any likes or any followers is talking about those things, because that's what you have to say to get
Yes.
likes and followers. So this
Yeah.
is the thing. So if this is the case, the truth always gets censored and held down, and people can't find out that truly, to be healthy, it's not to, especially over 35, 40, 50. I mean, especially after these years, it's not to eat more, it's not to get more, it's actually not to get, it's to let go of. This is what we need to do to be healthy. We need to let go of. Let go of the things we know. Let go of the things that we're thinking. Let go of the things that we're doing. Let go of the habits. Take away some of those things. This is unfooding. This
And
is
fooding.
fasting. This is taking some of these things away from the body and life. This is the
That's
physical
the
practice.
practice. And we
This
need
is
to
a
practice it.
physical practice, right? It's a physical
Yes.
practice. Just like exercise is a physical practice, fasting is a physical practice. Movement,
Fasting,
picking up the energy, sun gazing, grounding,
grounding.
affirmations, gratitude, journaling, meditations. These are all energy workings.
Yes.
These are all cleaning out the body, getting the body more ready, more prepared to download more information, to receive more knowledge, to get more from the light of the sun.
Yes. True. I'm happy that you have mentioned the practice of grounding, because it is grounding which has pulled all the inflammation out of my body. In addition to the fasting, in addition to sun gazing, this is one of my favorite practices, grounding. I don't miss grounding at all in a day. At least 1 hour of grounding I do practice in my life. And also in addition to hugging the tree, just just staying connected to the plants is also grounding, because
Natural contact. It looks like we've lost the vibrant spirit for a moment here. I'm not sure why that's gone on. There's some sort of technical difficulty. I love what he was talking about grounding. We have to see that the human is the being that's between the two energies that are here in physical reality, the two great energies here, Father, Son, and Mother Earth. These are the two infinite energy sources that are around us. The water, the air, the light, the earth. These are what are in infinite abundance for us. The human really needs to come to gratitude for the things that they have in abundance. It's to come to the realization, this is what I have. This is what I have, and I'm grateful for it. It is my life. I am grateful for it. It is the gift in my life. It is the gift of my life. It is the gift of life. That's what life is. It's water. It's earth. It's light. It's sun. It's
yes,
breath. And as long as we come to the practice of these things, like this is what we're doing. We're doing the things that humans do. We breathe, we drink, we take sunlight, we take earth. If we do these things, if we hydrate ourselves, if we come from this thinking that we are nourished by the physical, by the food, and we're actually nourished by the hydration in the breath, then we let go of the dense foods a little bit and we come to more of a liquid nutrition, juices, smoothies, water-filled fruits, hydrating things. It's a change of understanding. Like, we're not nourishing ourselves from proteins and macronutrients and fats and vitamins, this and minerals, and getting supplementation and nutrition. No, we're getting our hydration from fruits and vegetables. We're hydrating our body. We're cleansing our body with high energy water, structured water. Bring it down to that energetic level. This is a hydrogen level. This is a molecular shift. Energy, life energy, is a change of electron energy, is positive energy and negative energy being exchanged between cells. It's coming down to the cellular level. It's coming down to the energetic nervous system. This is what the human being is, a feeling.
yes,
Human is feeling. Human is sensual being, seeing things, hearing things, smelling things, tasting things, touching things. This is the nervous system. This is the feminine. This is the body. This is the feelings.
yes,
This is the etheric body. This is the energy body. Right? We need to come to this, and we can manipulate this body with thoughts and with movements, with mental and physical practice. With mental and physical practice, we can change this etheric emotional body. We can change the energy here. This is done through changing alkaline balance within the body, changing electrical balance in the body, neuroelectrical change within the body, change at the mitochondrial level, change within the cellular organelles, change in processing, endocrine function and change, brain neurotransmitter change, right? Changing the internal physiology of the human body through physical practice, through movement, through breath, through light,
through
through
light,
ground,
through ground, through meditation,
through devotion and meditation.
through devotion.
Through devotion and meditation. And devotion is two parts to it. There is a masculine, there's a decision. I am meditating. I am getting healthy. I am getting well. I am improving. I am stepping into my abundance. I am coming into my
Positive
greatness.
affirmations.
Positive affirmation is a part of my meditation. And then the quiet part of the meditation is the imagination part of the meditation, where
which
you
is
are
feminine.
really sitting with those images of those affirmations and embodying them, taking them from the mind into the body with feeling through
And being.
imagination while we breathe, brother. Thank you. Add the breath to this, right? To just come into that practice, watching the in and the out breath. To be sitting in consciousness together, sharing a moment together, two energies, two souls, any other souls that wish to join in, just watching your breath and holding a loving intention in mind for self, imagining love and health growing inside of yourself, or imagining love and health being shared between you and another. To hold these engagements in mind, to hold these visions in mind while we breathe. Those are positive, loving intentions for self and for others. This is just a practice, an energetic practice, a meditation practice, a mindfulness practice, the kind of the ground root floor of breatharianism or natural healing, the ground root floor of fixing, changing, healing your life, losing the weight once and for all, healing the pain, getting over your sickness, illness, or disease, fixing your relationship, making more money. This is the place where it happens in the fertile ground here, where we move, we escalate the energy, we move, we breathe, and then we
Yes.
sit, with this energy and just will it, into our life lovingly. Will it up into our life lovingly, right?
And so how are we now? This is very, this is a very beautiful practice of meditation, which we are talking about now. So how are we going to address our dark energies in meditation?
Wonderful. First of all, when darkness comes up, I mean, if we start to take the food away, if we start fasting, if we start moving to liquid nutrition, if we start to raise the hydrogen in the body, if we start cleansing the body, we start opening the energy channels. Once these energy channels start to open up, more energy comes into the body, and we'll find the dark energies will come up and will come back into the life. And truly, we want to integrate them. We have to see that the darkness within us is things that we don't want to face, things that we don't want to look at, things that we want to forget about, things that we feel are bad, things that we feel don't make us feel good. Now we've determined
Yes.
these things at some past date in our life. And we're not even sure of when. Many of these things were determined in our teens or even younger. And
True.
these thoughts and habits are kind of in us, and we kind of just believe them haphazardly, and they're just programs that are running inside at the back of our mind, and we believe them, and we don't even know that they're ruling
Yes.
us.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. Because this is actually the questions for the, aspiring Breatharians or the ones who are meditating, because they tend to have some insecurities about the future sometimes, because of the negative emotions or the experience of the past, which trigger their thoughts. And then they have those fear about the future. So man is really either living in the past or in the future, either in the pain of the past or fear about the future. That's the thing. These are the energies which which just hinder the being when they try to be conscious, which has been the practice, which has been really the problems of the people who are just trying to inculcate conscious breathing, conscious lifestyle.
It's to be more conscious. It's to be more conscious in our days, in our lives. It's to learn to be
Yes,
more conscious in our days and our lives. If we become more conscious in our days and our lives, our energy will rise. Our energy body will rise. Right? So
yes.
this is the practice. We have to sit with the darkness. We take these foods away. We're doing these fasting habits. We're doing things. I'm sitting in the sauna. We're getting out, looking into the sunlight. We're doing grounding. We're moving. We're exercising. We're taking right foods. The shadow comes up. Whatever
The
is
shadow
dark,
definitely comes up.
whatever is dark, whatever is holding us back, what thoughts, words, and emotions that are dark, that are holding us back, they have to be dealt with. And it takes a reframing. It's like we have to
Yes,
sit with these thoughts again. Sometimes it takes years. When my mother passed at 19, I did not understand her loving message. It wasn't until I was 45 that I could properly interpret her message. When my daughter was the same age, was coming in closer to that age, when my firstborn was, in the same place, and I thought of how I would want to share love to my daughter, that's what made me recognize that I needed to reframe the anger that I had in my life for the loss of my mother and change that thought and then free up that energy that was trapped. But I didn't know that it was there until it was triggered by the thing that came up in my life, my daughter coming to that age.
yes.
So sometimes we can be doing all the right practices and doing all the right things, but we want the shadow to go away. But it's not going away. Sometimes it needs to be triggered in order for us to deal with it. Sometimes the shadow is hidden and it's not exposed until we see something happen around us. And then we need to sit with it in the meditation or sit with it in the morning. And sometimes we need to take just the whole day to rest. Sometimes or the whole day we are dragging. Or for days we are down low. Oh no, poor me. Oh no, I've had this trouble. And we stay in this trouble. Oh no, we stay in this trouble sometimes for days. It happens until finally we say, you know what, no more with this trouble. I'm thinking and speaking again. I'm accepting this trouble. It's a part of my life. This has happened to me and I'm no longer upset about it anymore. And it could take years sometimes for things that are very important.
Because of the
And
deep-rooted
because they're deep
memories.
rooted into the channel of the body. And those energy channels can sometimes be blocked too. They can
True.
get trapped in there and those energy channels can become blocked and things can get trapped in the body. And that can be so buried in there that you have to cleanse your body for a long enough time to open up those channels to release that
Channels.
energy. And then you attract the circumstance in your life, which triggers the energy inside of the body. And then we have to sit with that energy. Oh, I feel the sadness, the sorrow, the loss again. But it's not the same thing. It's a new thing. But it triggers the same feeling. It brings it up to the surface. Now I need to sit with that energy and find acceptance for it. First, I cry for a while until I find, you know what? This is a part of my life.
Yeah, we need to accept. We need to
It,
move
it,
on with that. Yes, we need to embrace the shadow energy in order to bid it goodbye,
to wait to let it
which
go is to sit
to
with
let
it
it
and just
go.
be in it and just go like, oh, this is what it is. Like, oh, it's all on me. Oh, this awful, awful thing. Oh, and feel this awful thing and then
you know, this is how the awful thing is going to go. Like, I have to sit with it. Like, usually what it is that shadow's like, I don't have time for you. I got to work. I don't have time for you. I got to pay my bills. I don't have time for you. I got to take care of the kids. I don't have time with you. I got to go do this task. And we don't make time for the shadow until the shadow comes up and makes us sick. And then we crying,
Yes.
oh, poor me, poor me, poor me.
Yes,
But
true.
what I actually have to do is I have to say, oh no, this is a wake-up call for me. Oh, what a blessing. Thank you. Now I see how I was dependent on this thing to be healthy and happy. And actually, I need to actually change the way I think about health.
Yes, true.
I need to change my mind. How I'm thinking about life, how I'm thinking about my life, how I'm thinking about my reality. It's a mindset shift that has to come, but it doesn't come like when you force it. It comes when you bring your energy up to the point to receive it. Just work on building your energy, and you'll come to the healing of that too. Whatever is broken, yes, will fix.
Yes, it does fix. It does fix. And yeah, the process is about fixing it. We need to embrace it. It's not bad. There's no shame because it has to come out one day and we have to embrace it. We have to bid it goodbye. So it's the process. It's not about the results. It's about the process. And this is the process.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's loving the process. It's actually finding some sort of peace with, well, this is my process. I love my process. Oh my gosh, I have a process of changing my life myself. I love my process.
Yes.
I love what's coming from my process. I am loving myself, and the love that I generate within my process, I'm going to use to share with everyone else in my life and make everyone's life around me loving and better.
Yes.
This is the practice of love for self and love for the others. You could call it breatharian. You could call it natural healing. You could call it finding Christ consciousness. You could find it.
True.
You could find it, connecting, opening the third eye. You could
higher
talk
self.
About the higher self, healing
maybe
the
Kundalini.
inner child, the Kundalini energy, the Chi energy. This is the Holy Spirit. This is
even
what do you want to call
you
this?
You may even call it a third eye.
Whatever you want to call this. This is personal healing. This is personal health. Healing. This is aligning with that energy within you. This is energy healing.
This is energy healing. That's why the process of detoxification takes center stage. Now we are going to discuss a bit about detoxification a bit because there are like heavy metals everywhere, which because of the breath, even the ones who are staying in the metro cities, there's a lot of radiation going on there, and we are just living in the place where there's a lot of pollution, so there's bound to be a lot of heavy metals inside the body, inside the system. And I really found greens to be the ones who can just bring out all this heavy metals outside. Even sometimes you may take out this coriander, spinach. Even I'm into taking off this wheatgrass these days, which is just pulling out, which is just bringing out the mucus, protein mucus out of the system, which I can just believe. So in your process of the detoxification journey, are there any certain detox protocols which you prescribe, John?
Well, I'm so much behind the juicing. I love green juice. It's wonderful. I really, truly, love my juice, which is a beet juice. And really, I have
beet juicer?
A beet.
The beetroot?
Beetroot, yes.
I love that.
Put your beet in there.
Really, John, so you think the grounded items, the grounded items, like the carrot and the beetroot, they're good for the system in pulling off the metals?
I use the beet for pulling out, I find it to be the #1 puller for me. Beet, awesome. I find celery, awesome. I find lemon. I put
Okay.
beet, celery. I put in ginger and turmeric, and
Mm-hmm.
I put in lemon, and I put in apples. And I put in
Uh-huh.
apples, and then I put in a little bit of apple cider just for a little bit of sweetening to it.
So is it like mixing the fruits and vegetables good?
I love it.
You love it.
I love it.
Okay.
So you know what? Um, you have to love it. Like
Mm.
I can make the juice, and I can make it so stern and strict, and I don't love it, and it's like I stomach it, and I can do it. I can do it for periods of time. But
Mm-hmm.
if I truly love the juice, then I do it every day. Like I just love this juice. I just
So
love
I
this juice. So I'm doing this juice right now. I love it. And it's not so
I'm
much to
into
be this is good and that's bad. Like it's we want to kind of coming out of this. It's like I am loving my food.
yes.
I am eating the food that I love. It really makes me feel good, and I'm aligned with the loving food that I have. I love it. So
I love
you
it.
as you practicing this lifestyle, you're finding juices that you like and things that you like, and trying this and trying that, and going to one extreme and going to another extreme. This is how we learn. It's like feeding and not feeding. It's like having and not having, and trying this and trying that, and then making new decisions. I like this. This
I
is
love
what I
that.
like. Right.
Yes.
So I
I
so
love
I
juicing.
through practicing, we finding the juices that we like and that fit into our life and work wonders for our bodies, right? Listening to our bodies and the things that work really, really well for our bodies. Juicing is a big one I love. Fasting, obviously, every single day we're talking about fasting daily. This is like at least overnight, it's a fast, like from 7 p.m. You know, you don't want to be eating past 8 p.m. We're trying to eat as, you know, late in the day as we can with our first meals. And if we can start with the first nourishment, first thoughts, first words, first foods, liquid, hydration, oxygen
Hydration.
rich, alkaline. This is what we want.
Alkaline.
And
Distilled
uh,
water.
and loving distilled water, clean hydrogen rich water, yes.
Hydrogen rich water. Yes.
Structured water, hydrogen rich water, yes. We want this. We
One of
want
the
this.
thing, yes, one of the thing which I observe is the body is detoxing itself at its highest stage till 12 p.m. So the more you just leave the body empty till midday, the more good it does for you. And you do it with the energy building exercises. You can do with this meditation. You can do with this Tai Chi. You can do with this movement. You can do with this. You can do with the positive affirmations. You can do with grounding. You can do with the sun exposure, which is really good till the first part
Journaling,
of the day.
meditation, wonderful.
It can make you transcend. It can make you feel the energy. It is vibration. It is vibrating at the higher level at the first part of the day, and then you can jump into juicing in the middle of the day. You're gonna feel really great. That's what I practice these days. I've been into this orange juice. These days. Sometimes gooseberries, which I'm getting these days. Uh, Sometimes, we get grapes. I love grapes, making grapes. There is, you can make some ginger, which which is even cancer protocol as well. So, is it like you prescribe juicing, John, or
Yes, I prescribe juicing. And you know what? You know what? When we go deeper into this breatharian lifestyle, yes, we doing isolation things, and we go in deeper and deeper, and we can get into this right and wrong sort of mental where we're, like you can't put fruits together and you can't eat fruits together. And I've lived this, and I have done this, and I've done the mono fruit for 90 days, and I've done this, and it's a great experience to go through these things. But truly, what I would say, from my breatharian experience, is it's really finding some sort of peace with your food. Like,
Yes.
you really have to like what it is that you're doing. And regardless of kind of what somebody else is telling you, like, you kind of just have to like it for yourself, right?
Yeah.
And if you like that, you'll be called to something more. And then, you know, that will nourish you for a while. And sometimes you'd be called to, like, not eat or drink for a while.
True.
As you start to get more comfortable with the fast, your spirit will lead you to not
Will lead you.
drink for a while. But this is not something you're forcing. So we're practicing the lifestyle until we can find the internal intuition. Because this is what we really want to find, is this energy body. The fooding, the unfooding is really a way for us to find the internal energy. The food is just a physical practice. It's mental and physical practices that we do to identify the emotional body. So don't get too hung up on the food. This is the thing that we do, the breatharians do, and the detoxification experts are doing, and I did as well. And we do this, and we go through the, you know, absolutes. This is the right way, that's the wrong way, and telling somebody else what the right way and the wrong way is. And you know what? Truthfully, one person's right way is another person's wrong way. So we can't get too, like, exact about, oh, that's wrong and that's right and that's wrong and that's right. We don't want to play this game.
Everyone has got their own methods.
Yes. Everyone has to find how to listen to themselves a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And yes, someone's going to say this, and yes, someone's going to say that, and I appreciate that, and I've tried that, and I've practiced that, but this is what I really, really, really love. So this is what I'm doing, right? And so I recommend starting with the juices, and then moving up in density from there. Like, if you're going to eat more today, it's going into, you know, smoothies, which is a little bit more dense, a little bit more
Which is dense.
A little bit more dense, a little bit more dense, a little more filling. And then coming up to fruits, watery fruits, right? Watery fruits. And then
melons.
Melons.
Yeah. Papaya is water fruit as well.
Oranges.
Which is dense, of course. Yeah, oranges are dense. Or I mean, oranges are watery.
Yes.
There are watery fruits.
Grapes.
Grapes are watery juice, watery
berries,
fruits. Yeah.
Berries, you know, fruits that have lots of water in them, right? These are our best.
Yes.
And then if you want heavier fruits like apples or fibrous pears, I mean, if you do apples and pears, try five apples and pears and see if you're not satisfied. You'll be full. You know, if you do some watery fruits and then you were into some heavier fruits, right? You might be full there, but if you need to go more, then maybe you're going to have a salad.
Yeah.
And if you're going to go more, then maybe you're going to put a little rice or something on the salad. But if you've done all of this eating, by the time you come to here, you've eaten it. You've eaten enough food that maybe you don't need to go so much more. Like, we're going up in density in the food. This is the practice, is what I'm saying. We want to try to live on as little as possible. This is the practice. We're learning to live on less. We're learning to live with the juices if we can. Just take the juices. Awesome. If you need to take more, take a little bit more. If you need to take more, take a little bit more. If you go juices for 2 or 3 or 4 days, maybe you need to take a little more after 2 or 3 or 4 days. But it's practicing 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days fasting, and then relax a little bit on the weekend. Or practicing 1 or 2 days and then relax, and then practicing 1 or 2 days and then relax. It's not a right or wrong way. It's a fasting lifestyle. We engaging with it. We getting better with it as we go. This is my takeaway from the breatharian life. It's not like you have to live without food, and if you don't, you're bad. And if you're still eating, you have a craving, you're bad. No, we got to get out of this, because we can't win with bad and good.
We can. It's just a process. We need to enjoy this beautiful process of evolving our system. But during this process of detoxification, people, complain of the weakness, sometimes more sleep because of the weakness. So this is something they need to approach. So what is your take on how should people manage their weakness during this process of detoxification, because the dark energies, they tend to pop up. There is a physical thing and a mental thing
Yes,
to this.
yes, yes.
Go ahead.
This is it. You know, as you're healing now, these dark energies are coming up, and sometimes we're feeling tired, sometimes we're feeling low, sometimes we're
Mm.
feeling distressed. We need to begin, you know, first with just kind of like accepting it. Sometimes we have to cry for a little while. Oh boy, this is happening to me. Sometimes we have to cry for a little while. Sometimes we're going to cry for a day or two or three. Sometimes we're going to have some hard days. But you know what? It's hard to be overweight. It's hard to be healthy. Which hard
Yes.
you going to choose? You're going to keep going down the road you're going. You're getting sick and in pain. You have a disease or something. You're overweight. Something is not working right in your life. You can keep going the way you're going. It's going to be hard that way. It's hard, isn't it? Well, it's hard also
Yes.
to make a change. It's both hard. So yeah,
It's not.
sometimes it's hard days. You know, some days you're gonna have to take a rest. If you come home from work, you go right to bed. You were dragging your ass all day at work. Oh my gosh, it's okay. You do your best you can. You come home, you go right to bed. You do your best. You get up in the morning, you try it again. You do your best, right? Sometimes you're gonna have to work with the shadow. Yes, yes. And a simpler solution would be to just take a pill, but it's not a
Mm.
solution.
It's not a solution.
A chemical and a drug is not a
Well,
solution to your
and
health,
it will
though.
worsen up the things. It will compromise the immune system.
If I'm doing it through antibiotics and vaccinations and chemicals and drugs, and doing it through cooked and processed foods, calories and macronutrients, and trying to judge it from my weight, from my bank account, or for how much sex I'm having, or how much shopping I'm doing, if this is how I'm going to determine my happiness from an external source, if I need a vaccination to be healthy, well, if this is how you're going to think about your life, that is how you are thinking about your life. And that is how you are creating your life, because that is how you are thinking about it. Everyone is creating the reality that they want. And everyone is in
Yes.
charge of changing the reality if they want. But to change it, you're
Yes.
going to have to start to listen and develop your own intuition, your own inner wisdom. And to stop really following somebody else, I need to make some decisions for myself. But the way that I make these decisions is by fooding and unfooding, fooding and unfooding, drinking and undrinking, drinking and undrinking, smoking and unsmoking, fucking and not fucking, shopping and not shopping. It's fasting. It's coming away from those things. It's engaging with
Yes.
them and coming away from them. It's engaging with them and coming away from them, that you're deciding that no, I don't need this in my life in this degree anymore. I'm going to take less of it. Less is more.
Less is more.
Less food, less physical, less sex, less shopping, less eating, less protein, less thinking, more feeling, more energy, more imagining. Less thinking, more imagining.
More
This is
imagining.
healing, is in the
Yes.
imagination. You have to imagine yourself healing.
Wonderful. Wonderful, John. Wonderful.
We have to come to the imagination, the thought of healing, rather than the thought of, I have this trouble and I have that trouble and this is not right and that is not right. This is me not thinking about my situation in a grateful manner. This is a loss of kindness for myself. This is not kindness for me. This is not presence. Because in every present moment, the power is here. It is within us and around us in every single moment. And we can pull it from within us. We can act from what's within us, or we can react from what's around us. And that's the choice of humanity in every moment. To take the power that is within you and act with it, or to take the power that is around you and react to it. It is always your choice. You are always in the power seat with your frequency and your vibration. And you can change your frequency and your vibration by managing your physical and your mental well-being with physical practice nutrition, movement, meditation, breath work, and nutritional practice, fooding and unfooding, fasting, and
Fasting.
moving to more hydration nutrition, live food nutrition, lighter nutrition, detoxification. This is how we heal ourselves. This is just taking responsibility for ourselves. It's just
Yes.
taking full responsibility for your interaction with your life. If you want to get something different in your life, change your giving to your life.
Yes.
Your life is directly proportionately related to your give. What you are giving, you are getting. If you want to get something different, just change your give.
Change what you give. Now there is one thing which people often complain of now, which like addiction to caffeine, you know. So this is one of the battles which the people who have entered this process of detoxification, they encounter with. They are too much addicted to things like coffee, tea, so it impacts the nervous system. It impacts the way they approach the process of detoxification, you know. Uh, it weakens the nervous system. It weakens the willpower which they need to have. So how to, get on with this process, this is a very tough thing. Sometimes I do feel that uh, getting off this coffee out of our lifestyle is the key. It is nothing like than a drug. It is
It's
a
a it's a
stimulant.
it's a big one, brother. It's a very
Yeah.
big one. It's a very big one. The coffee, the tea, we're addicted to these ones, right? Now, I really think that this has to be something that happens over time. This is going to be something that needs to happen over time. But we have to, I mean, nothing is supposed to be all of the time. That's one thing that I can promise you, brother. The only thing that we can be certain of is change.
Yes.
So whatever we're doing, it cannot be the same thing all of the time. And this is what the human is trying to do with coffee and stimulants and things like this. It's like you're trying to make today be like yesterday. Like yesterday, I had my coffee, I had a great day, and I try to do my coffee again. But after 10 years or 20 years, it's like you're needing the coffee now. This is not something you're doing to make your day better. This is just, it started that way and it became an addiction. Truly, the coffee is to be used. I do not see a problem with it if you're using it like, oh my gosh, I had a bad night with my detox last night. Today I'm going to have a coffee, or I'm going to have a coffee in the enema. That would be my number one recommendation. If you're going to use the coffee, I'd put it in the enema. That's the
Okay.
place for the coffee. But if you're using coffee or tea orally, do it on the day when you had a bad night because of detox. Okay, so using your coffee then. Okay, I understand. But it's not to be taking coffee and tea every single day. This is a problem.
This is the
Right?
problem.
This is the dependence. It's the addiction is the problem. It's
Addiction
the
is the
addiction.
problem.
It's
Yeah.
and addiction is the same. Coffee, food, sex, drugs, rock and roll, whatever it is. It's to come away from the physical and come to the metaphysical. Like this addiction is something I'm doing to try and come into more contact with this emotional body.
Emotional body.
Or
Yes.
I'm doing this addiction to escape thinking about the feelings that are triggering me to do it. Eat this, drink this, have sex, shop, whatever it is. Like I'm doing it because I've got an energy inside of me that I don't want to deal with.
Yes.
Well, the fasting, we take away the food, the more dense foods. We're coming to lighter foods. We're taking away the screens. We're taking away the movies. We're taking away something from you. Whatever we're taking from the boyfriend, taking away from those people, taking away from the girlfriend, taking away whatever we're taking away, you're going to find out what was hiding behind the girlfriend, or the job. Working is a big one.
Yes.
When you stop the job, you're going to see what was hiding behind the job, all the money thing that's hiding behind the job. So much hidden behind the money, so much hidden behind the sex, so much hidden behind the food, so much hidden behind the drugs, all emotional body stuff. All of it needs to be dealt with. This is how we heal the body. Taking these things away
Trapped
is
emotions.
how we're going to deal with the emotions that are underneath.
Yes.
And then we're dealing with those positively, right? We cry for a while.
Yes.
Yes, we're going to cry. And then we're going to think and speak about what we're going to do. We're going to accept, we're going to forgive, and we're going to let go. And that's going to happen in the meditation, right? We're going to
Yes,
meditate
yes.
in the morning and meditate in the night. We're going to anchor our day, begin and end our day with a meditation. And that way, even if things go a little wiggly during the day, each day we are anchored, grounded, connected to the earth, to the sun, with intention, with affirmation, with visualization, with breath.
Yes, with breath. And it is the way through which the energy body will be glorified, which is it's going to be more energetic because there are many things which affect the energy body. Like there is the EMF stuff. Sometimes there is the hereditary genetic stuff, which is even affecting the energy body. Sometimes it is the trapped emotions. Sometimes due to the toxic food, and also the radiation stuff, which I've mentioned earlier. So one more thing I do feel is the vaccination. You see, it is the heavy metals inside going inside the human body because of this jab. So is there a way to get, detox this vaccination? Because sometimes we are being forced to vaccinate. We had to do that when we have to live in this society. So is there any way to get this out of the system?
Yes, I want to talk. I'd love to speak to that vaccination. I'm not pro-vax. That's just my position.
Same with me.
I am not supporting, taking drugs and medications for health. This is just my position. Everyone's
Yeah.
free to have their position.
Yes,
But at
and
the
I'm on the
same
same page
time,
on that, and
but at
I'm
the
on the same
same
page with
time,
you.
but at the
Yes,
same
please.
time, I don't want to condemn anyone that has done this. This is certainly not what I'm doing either. It's not a condemnation of anyone that has done this. And so we have to understand that no decision that any human makes ever, in my opinion, is the end of their life. This is just my opinion.
True.
This is my opinion. Like, you can come back from any decision you've ever made.
You can claw your way back.
You can claw your way back. And so this is what I would
Yes.
say. If you've put chemicals and drugs, if this has been your method, then I would say detoxification is the way to get it out. This is how I cleaned my body. I was into the steroids and the stimulants and the anabolic drugs for 20 years. Like
Oh my God.
you take it out of your body. This is how you have to take it out of your body. This is how it comes out of your body. You take it out of your body. That's how it comes out of your body, slowly, by fasting, by honoring your inner energy. This is how you clean your body up. No matter what decision you've made, all your things can be healed up this way through some physical and mental practice, through some affirmation, through some energy work, some spiritual work. It's
Yes, true.
connecting to your
True.
inner spirit, growing the spirit inside of yourself. Is loving yourself. Is
Loving
healing
yourself.
yourself, and sharing that
True.
loving, healing energy with everyone around you. This is how it grows like wildfire across our globe. This is the way to fix and change and heal our globe, not through political, not through the vote, brother, not through electoral bodies, not through governing bodies, not through
Not through this
law.
brainwashing.
No, not through
Yeah.
lies, not through manipulation. No.
One of the famous methods which are being used for detoxing these heavy metals because of this vaccination is prescribed by Dr. Felano, who is a dry fast expert. So one of the methods which he has been prescribing is to dry fast for 4 days in a row, and on the fourth day of your dry fast, you are going to have this jab. and you're going to fast one more day, so that on the fourth day of your detox, your body is very high on highly acidic stage. And then whatever you're putting inside this body is not, your body is not going to accept it. Your body is just going to throw it away out of the
Wonderful,
system.
wonderful,
And
wonderful
and on the fifth
share.
day, and on the fifth day of your detox, it's going out of your body, and it's finished. There is nothing inside your body. This is the famous method which is prescribed by Dr. Filino, who is a dry fast expert.
I love this. I love this. You know that this would certainly be fasting is the way, and
Fasting
dry
is the way.
fasting is our ultimate experience with fasting. And I
Yes.
love the protocol of 1 to 4 days of fasting. This is my general population recommendation for everyone is a 4 day detox
So
is to
4 day
fast
detox.
4 days of the week is what I recommend, and then to relax and have some cooked foods Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's a back and forth with your life. It's a
I love this. I
feeding
love
and
this.
unfeeding. It's a yin
I'm
and
feeling.
yang. It's an honoring your divine masculine, your discipline, and it's honoring your divine feminine, your feeling. It's like I feel like I
Yes.
want to have these things, then have them and enjoy them. And then here it's time to be disciplined again. It's time to practice. It's time to come back to my commitment to self and my goals and my
Yes.
future, to my health and my well-being. It's back to it again on Monday morning. No food Monday. We start
No
again.
Monday.
This is how we move through the habit. This is
Yes.
how we move through the practice. This is the lifestyle. This is the
And
breatharian
I love your
lifestyle.
I love your book Imperfection for this. It's been more clear. It's been more clear. And yeah. So there are many things like we have dealt with today, like heavy metal detox and this vaccine detoxification. Now we are going to talk about radiation.
Radiation.
So we are into this radiation. People will just ridicule you when you talk about radiation, because this has become so much part and parcel in our life. But the thing is that it is really showing some detrimental effects to the body. It's been, sometimes the Bluetooth radiation, people just say it's more equal to that of the microwave oven. It's just cutting you from inside. It's just reducing the quality of your blood. So radiation is definitely one of things. And yes, the electromagnetic radiation. And there are many things, sort of stuff. Everywhere there's radiation, there's telephonic radiation, there's Wi-Fi. So grounding is one of the things is I found is grounding. The more you stay grounded, the more this radiation is finding the way outside your body. Every day, I just switch off my mobile during my bedtime, and I practice at least 1 hour of grounding, sometimes 2 hours of grounding, just sleeping on the rocks, laying flat, putting off your mobile in the flight mode. It's gonna way to just detox, just earth of the extra information from the body. This is what I found. And also the process of sun gazing, it charges your cells. It gives more light into your cells. Your eyes are the windows to the soul, and it's just pulling off more prana into your cells. This is one of the things which, but one of there is one question for you. So please tell us a bit on how becoming a breatharian has nourished your spiritual unfoldment, and in your spiritual realization, how much this breatharian lifestyle helped you in evolving yourself into the spiritual realization.
Hmm. You know, I've always been connected to spirit from a teenager, from a young boy. You know, I was raised in a Christian church, and I asked Jesus into my heart at 15. I know that, and I felt that, and I had that conscious thought in my mind, and I bounced in and out of Christianity. When my mother died, I zigzagged in my life, and I went into drugs and girls and rock and roll, and I got divided in my life. and I got very physical in my life. But then I found, you know, spirituality, and I started reading spirituality, and that brought me back into the practice of religion again. And then I started going back to church, and I, you know, my wife's a Catholic, so I spent years in the Catholic Church. I went back to the Christian Church. I read the Bible, and I did all of the stuff in the church, and I just found that, you know, doing all of that didn't fix what was wrong. Like, it was good, it was nourishing for my spirit and soul, but there was still something that wasn't there. And it wasn't until I found, you know, natural health knowledge, hidden knowledge, Hippocrates information, stuff that's been,
Hippocrates, yes.
you know, like
Natural forces within the life are the healers of the disease.
even the Dead Sea Scrolls, and looking into what am I forgetting here now? The Essene Gospels of Jesus. And if you look at the Essene Gospels, and then I got into Buddhism. I found Buddhism. I looked at Islam. I looked at Judaism. I looked at Islam. I've looked at the Gita. I've looked at Yin and Yang. I've looked at the Hindu religions. I studied Buddhism for a couple of years, so I studied the East, and I also looked at the entrepreneurial spirit and the entrepreneurial mind, because this is the power of the West, and the success mindset, and bringing it into business, and bringing it into career, and bringing it into life, and bringing it into real life. And I saw that there was a common string that ran through all of it, just like I saw there was a common string that ran through bodybuilding and boxing and martial arts and Tai Chi and yoga and meditation and breath. I saw a common string, a nourishing string from the chakra, from the inner energy to the inner spirit, to the Holy Spirit. I saw that, you know, our global family, our global economy, that to see that we need to accept different colors and different religions and different understandings of reality, that someone that's in the East doesn't see things the same as someone in the West, and it's really just a perspective. It's just a perspective that is determined by geography.
Yes.
It is not determined through humanity.
Yeah.
And what we need to do to get back to humanity is we need to talk about collective ideas, common ideas, not the ideas that separate us, and talking and fighting about the ideas that separate us, and someone's ideas are good and someone's ideas are bad. No, we need collective ideas. We need ideas that unite, and it's to come to the things that are common and recognize that no matter what, no matter where you are in the planet, you are breathing. Your body science is the same, whether you think it or believe in a different language or think in a different language than me. Whether your perception of reality is different than me, you are breathing, and so am I. And this is what's common, and this is what the Breatharian has, and has that unites. It's the breath.
Yes. That's why we are on the same page.
It goes beyond religion, and this is what has to happen. We need something that unites humanity, and this is where we can unite, is with breath. So it's been a full evolution of my spirituality. It's helped put a cap on all of my spirituality. It's me finding Jesus within me. Right? It's finding the Jesus within yourself. It's coming to Jesus within yourself. The human is Jesus when he comes to his Christ consciousness. The human is Jesus, is the being that can take the two powers and put them together, the yin and yang, the masculine and the feminine, and bring it together and create love, man and woman within, in balance and harmony within the self. The inhale and the exhale is the opportunity to do it, to hold a balanced thought, a loving thought in mind, an all-inclusive thought in mind while you breathe. This is
Yes.
where we need to come to. This is the practice, a collective thought while we breathe, a union thought while
Yes.
we breathe. This is the practice of love for self and love for others. This is the message of love for all. Do no harm is the message of love and love for all. Simple rules. Do no harm.
Simple rules.
Love your brother as you love yourself. Love yourself. Love your brother
Love
as you
yourself.
love yourself. These are natural laws. These are alchemical laws. These are natural laws. They're the preceding of all religion. They are the words that are the foundation of all religion. They are the ideas, the thoughts and ideas that have existed since the beginning of time. From before all of the religious texts, from before all of the religion. There was an oral tradition before things were written down. Before people used to just memorize these things. Things were shared this way from teacher to student in dialogue and relationship. That's how this information gets shared, through dialogue, through relationship.
Through
This
dialogue.
is that's how the
And I
world
love
has
that.
changed.
That's how the world will change as well. And I'm very much like you, brother. We both are the same. That's why we are true brothers. I love
And
exploring things.
we found each other across the world.
Yes, yes.
Because
Because we
that's how
both
it works.
sometimes
Because that's how it works.
coincidentally, we are the same sun sign and we are governed by the same fire element.
Oh my gosh. How? How did I find the guy that's born in the same week
Month
as
as
me?
you are. I'm born in August as well, like you.
across the globe in another country. This is how the powers are pulled together. This is the way.
Yes, Leos are
This is
innocent, you
how it
know.
has comes
Leos
together.
are pure feelings. Yeah, Leos are like that. Yes. We love this session. We love this session, but we'll just end it up by having two general questions, if you're willing to.
Oh, wonderful! You got a couple more. We'll finish it up.
So how long are you when you are going on this dry fast? So how long do you go?
I was doing dry fast for 4 days, and it's
4 days.
kind of my recommendation. I just say, look, there's 7 days in a week. You know,
So is it a hard dry fast or a soft?
I am doing as dry as you can be, but I'm not about extreme anything. I'm not about extreme anything any longer. I have been extreme, I have done extreme, and I'm no longer doing extreme. But I do believe that we need to be extreme in order to find our limits and our boundaries and decide for ourselves. So it's in the extreme that we learn, in the extremes we learn. But I'm not doing anything extreme any longer. I'm telling people, 1 to 4 days of fasting of all kinds: dry fasting, water fasting, juice fasting, fruit fasting, vegan fasting, cooked food fasting, fast food fasting, screens, sexual fast.
That's important.
Shopping
For a
fast.
breatharian, it's very important. The process of sublimation, yeah.
This is about connecting to the inner energy. This is about connecting to the inner energy. It's not about how hard you do something or how long you do it for. We practice these things to find greater contact with the energy within, to clean out the inner channels. But you can clean out the inner channels in 1, 2, 3, 4 days, and then take a break, and then clean them out again, and then take a break, and then clean them out again, and then take a break, because truly, it takes a long time to detoxify your body. We're talking about cleaning up the lymphatic system, and we're talking about miles of tubules. You cannot just go on a 7-day juice fast and think that everything, or 21 days, or go for 100 days. It's not about force. This is the divine masculine force. It is not about force. And so we can't do it forcing it.
Yeah.
We can't force ourselves through it. This is not the way that healing happens. Healing happens like it evolves, like it kind of happens when it's supposed to. Like when you get the trigger around you, that's what brings it up within you. And then this is how you heal it.
Yes, true.
It happens
And
over time.
our friend Aline Habib has been an example in this regard.
This is it.
She's
We've
been
been
doing
talking
well.
with Aline. Yes, we've been talking with
Yeah, yeah.
Aline. Catch our chats with
Ellen.
Aline, and we'll share chats with Aline again. I'll be talking with Aline again tomorrow. So, talking about extremes. Let's, take a look at our chat last week with Aline about extreme fasting. She was 25 days water fasting.
Water fasting.
She talked to us just last week about, the extremes and what she found. And what she's
Yes,
learned,
yes,
that
yes.
she started to come back to food. And this is the
Yes.
same thing that I learned from extreme fasting. And I had to do extreme fasting to learn it. And some people need to do extreme fasting and some of us don't. And it's not about how extreme you are. You do your best today until you know and want and are inspired to do a little bit better tomorrow. Do not be beating yourself up on this path. This is about loving yourself. It's a gentle path.
Love,
It's a
yes.
gentle way.
Yes, yes, yes.
It's
One of the
natural
basic
health.
questions. Yeah, but one of the basic questions which people just ask a breatharian practitioner or the pranic practitioner is, why are they having these incisors, canines? Why are they having this digestive colon, sir? What is your answer to them?
This is a big one. This is a big one. And if you want to really come to the answer of this one, the true answer
Yes.
of this one is what would be found in the grandfather of breatharianism, and I would have to, or maybe the father of breatharian, and maybe I would say the grandfather would be Arnold Ehret, and I'll say the father of breatharianism, the modern day father would be Hilton Hotima. And if you were to read the book Man's Higher Consciousness, you would see how the human is, and you would see that there are humans today that are born with masculine and feminine genitalia.
Yes.
And they choose which one they're going to what they're going to do, and they practice that one. And so it's to understand that really in the first couple of weeks of gestation that I believe we're all women. And then after a couple of weeks, we become men, like something changes and there's a change that happens. So it's to realize that the human has choice. The human has free will, and you can choose to eat, and you can live from food. I'm not saying you cannot live on food, but the price of living on food is great.
Yeah.
And so it's not, and I'm not saying even to say that you're supposed to live without food. I'm not saying that either. I'm saying that the healing process is an unfooding process.
Absolutely.
Now, at the end of your healing, if you want to eat or not eat, that'll be your choice. But I suspect that when you heal yourself, you'll be less attached to food. You'll be less attached to food. But don't make your decision now about whether you need to eat or not eat, or like this is right or that's wrong, or this is the reason why it's right or this is the reason why it's wrong. Don't look like this, like I must eat because I have a digestive system. This is not the right information. This is not the right information either, right? Like if you stop eating, watch how your digestive system shrinks and atrophies, right? If you build your arm with load, your arm will grow. If you stop taking load on your arm will shrink again. It will atrophy. This is how tissue grows and dissolves in the body. This is how it grows and dissolves in the body. But don't get too fixated on the breatharian idea even. Like, I have to live without food. And because someone said you can live without food, I must live without food. And that is the correct way to be. And that is the right way to be. And every other way is the wrong way to be. This is becoming extreme the other way too.
Yes.
We can be extreme breatharian. We can be extreme Christian. We can extreme Muslim. And sometimes when we go to extreme, this is the masculine mind. Even the masculine mind has a little black dot in there. In the white, all the white circle in the yin and yang, there's a little black dot. You have to have a little bit of ease there. A little bit of peace, a little bit of let go. Like, no, it's not all this way. right? So even to take from the Breatharian experience, I'm learning from the Breatharian experience, and I'm growing from the Breatharian experience, and then from this experience, I'm coming back to share with the world. This is what I learned from my Breatharian growth and experience. This is what I have learned. How are you bringing that back? What's your message that you're bringing back from your experience? It's your legacy. What are you leaving here? What are you leaving here on the planet? What's your message? What are you living for? What are you living for? What are you dying for? What's the most important things in your life? You know, it's asking yourself important questions. It's making big decisions in your life and allocating your energy accordingly. Changing of your energy, brother. This is what we're talking about. Emotional healing, breatharianism, raw food healing, natural healing. Yeah, self-love.
And that's the way to bring the best version of ourselves onto this planet. Yes, brother.
I think so, brother. That is my experience.
Yes, that is the way. That is the way. I do feel it. That is the way I feel. That is the feel. And this has been really wonderful. Really wonderful. Really, I really thank you from the bottom of my heart, brother. It's been incredible talking to you. And it's, I learned a lot. We share a lot. It's been wonderful. And it's family. We are one global family. Yeah, one global family.
You are pulling things out of me, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your questions. Thank you so much. I mean, I honor you. I really do. I'm so grateful that I found you, brother. Thank you so much.
Love and light, brother.
I will see you next week. Let's talk again next week, brother.
Yeah, sure. Waiting for that.
Loving you, brother. Have a great week.
Loving you. Have a great week.